afternoon, early on families, and welcome to Science Wonders. And welcome back if you're here after seeing our story this morning about Jack and the Beanstalk. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to share why this story reminds me of spring. One of my favorite props in that story was the beanstalk. Remember how high it grew? I wondered why Jack's mother was so angry with Jack, because beans are nutritious. This got me thinking about spring and how it's this time of year when I start to plant my seeds inside so I can plant them later outside. I like to grow beans because just one little plant can give you lots of beans. I want to show you how I did this with my bean seeds. I have some leftover from last year. I found my seeds. I have some beans and some sunflowers. They're very good for growing in plant bags starting out because they're big seeds, hardy seeds. Seeds like tomatoes and flowers. Some of those seeds are too small for plant bags. But if you have some beans or sunflowers, or later I'll put a link below so you can go and find other food scraps or things you can use in your house for planting. I'll put that below later. So let's get started. So as I said, I found these beans in my soup cupboard. You see them there? Whoop, there they are. All kinds of different beans. Black beans, kidney beans, navy beans. Those were in my soup cupboard. Well, a few weeks ago, I put them in my plant bag, my water bag, and if you look there, you can see one black bean has started to sprout. Some of them have just fallen apart, and the other ones, I think this one may be starting to sprout too. Can you see that? Oh, where is it? There it is. So there's that bean and there's that bean starting to sprout. They have been in this bag for a few weeks. I have to be very patient. I'm going to hang it back on my window. Now, a week or so after that, I planted some beans. I started to germinate, which means to sprout my seeds, in another bag right here. Now my beans, they are not doing very well. They're not sprouted yet. They take quite a while because it has to soften up and burst through that hard shell. And then this one, you can see my sunflower seeds are just starting to sprout. So I'm going to show you what I did. First of all, I got all my supplies. I got a Ziploc baggie. I got some absorbent things like a Kleenex, a coffee filter, a napkin, or a paper towel. You can use any one of these. They will work as long as it holds water, which means it's absorbent. Then I got my beans and my sunflowers. I'm going to use beans today. And I got out a bean or two. I like to put 2 or 3 in. I got them ready. And I took my paper towel and I just folded it. You're just going to fold it so it makes a little bed for your beans to sit in. You're going to put your beans in here, and it's ready to go. Then we're going to take our baggie and we're going to put our beans inside. Oops, it's sticking. And tuck them in there. And we're just going to take a little bit of water and pour it onto our paper towel so it absorbs. Oh, I'm spilling and making a mess. All right, and then we're going to get it to absorb. Now, I need a little bit of water, more water, so I'm just going to wipe up my mess with my paper towel. And there you go. Need a little bit of water. I might need to add a little bit more water after, but you want to make sure it's wet but not soaking. So if you have excess water in there, just pour some out. Then you're going to zip it tight. And if you want to, you can take some markers and you can make it a little house. That's what I did with this one. Do you see how I just gave it some windows and a door and some siding? You can do that too. You can add some windows so when your beans pop up, they can be nice and happy in the sunshine. And we do the siding. And I'm going to give him a green door today. Make a nice big door. Yes. And there's my house, ready to be hung on the window. Because in order for our beans to sprout, they're going to need water and sunshine. And you have to be patient because it's going to take a few weeks, as we saw with my bean sprouts. This one I planted at the beginning of April, and it's just starting to sprout now. So you're going to have to be patient. So you can see the links below to see how you can find ways in your house to plant from food scraps, even celery and carrots, all kinds of things. So I hope you had fun and enjoyed our science wonders today, boys and girls. Bye.